So I had a great question from someone yesterday who asked me how can they tell the difference between their new wholesome self, if you like, their new spiritual self. How can they tell the difference between when that wants something in life or when our mind wants something in life? And it's a really good question because I think that's one that a lot of us struggle with, especially because the matrix is such a material world and all we've ever identified with in life is materials. And that goes from everything from judging how we are, how stable we are in our masculinity, say, or feminism within the materials that we got in our relationships, or we judge our own success and our own standards by, as a human being that was created in the Good Human Book, by how many possessions we have. So it's actually a really good question. But to keep it simple and to keep it really quite easy, the mind, when the mind wants something, that will come along with a lot of chatter. So it will come along with a lot of things that might say stuff like, I would look really good in that, or I bet they'd all think I'm really rich if I had that, or that will make me look really successful, this will make me fit in with the crowd. It's ultimately something that you possess or you want to possess because you think it's going to get you acceptance within the matrix or the crowd or whatever way you want to look at it. Whereas stuff that comes from your wholesomeness, stuff that comes from the heart, if you like, your awareness, your consciousness, the true you, that stuff will come more with a sense of like fun. That it's for you. It's not when you picture yourself on that, in that new home or on that holiday or in that car, you picture yourself smiling, you picture yourself having fun. But it's not you picture yourself smiling or having fun whilst thinking they all think I'm so happy and smiley and successful. It's genuinely for you. Like you would want that thing if nobody was to ever see you in that or having that. Those things are just for you. And that's the true difference of it there. And that is the real beauty of when you start coming into your spirituality and you start seeing who you are. And that's what I meant in my career video, actually, when I was saying your wholesomeness won't lead you down paths where you don't want to be or where you won't be good at, because you become very authentic. So the things that you're thriving after are the things that will make you smile and not what you think will make other people smile. And it's a really important point to grasp hold of, because it's a difference that when we was in the matrix, so when we was unconscious, we would never have paid attention to that, because unconsciously to us, all we ever thought about was what makes us look good to anybody else. So now we've kind of entered this phase of separating from the ego self. I hope that's not too bright there now. Where we've now entered this phase of we're separating from the ego self, we're not quite sure how to identify what it is that we would actually really like. So I hope that little video helped some of you out to kind of pay attention to the things in life that maybe you're craving or desiring. Are they coming with a chattering voice that says this will make me look good to everyone else? Or is it coming from a sense of inner fulfillment? There's a very, very fine line, as there is with most things, between the egoic mind and the consciousness mind, if you like. And why it's so different for us to remember or to try and notice the difference between the mind wanting some materials or our wholesomeness wanting materials is because ultimately, when you think about it, anything that comes with mind chatter, anything that we're trying to buy or consume, etc., for the adulation or the acceptance of other people, or just doing it so that we look good, and hopefully we look good because then that gives us a sense of fulfillment as a human being, because of course we love to tick the boxes of the Good Human Book. So anything that comes along with that chatter in mind is ultimately at some point going to create some kind of friction against your life, some kind of pain, some kind of suffering, like we might have to pay out monthly for something that we can't really afford, and that kind of thing. You get the idea that I'm saying there. And that is ultimately what the mind will lead us to do. Our mind-made self, that is, guys, that's where it will take us to do. Now, also, I want to point out my belief, I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to indulge in the wonderful materials that the matrix world does have to offer. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you follow your consciousness, you follow your wholesomeness as it's coming out, that will lead you to the true things in life that you ultimately want and desire. And as time goes by in the dark night of the soul, you will learn and you will start establishing that the desires and the wants that you had in the matrix are entirely different from the likes and the wants that you have now. And therefore, that also creates in us a sense of, we're so weird. What's wrong with me? Why am I so different from everyone else? Why am I so different from how I used to be? But the beautiful thing is with that, guys, just relax. That's normal. There is no blueprint to spirituality. We will all have it. We will all, if we indulge into it, we will all fall in love with it, just as I did and just like many other spiritual people have gone on to do. But anyway, it's a lovely sunny day here. I'm actually going to go to a place called Southend-on-Sea today, which is about an hour's drive away from where I am, and just take a nice stroll along the seafront, get an ice cream, cup of tea, say hello to some strangers, and hopefully not get too attacked by the seagulls. Anyway, guys, I hope you're all well. Hello to the new subscribers, and I love every one of you. And yeah, have a great day. Thanks, guys. Peace.